Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to Kiki's Kitchen. Although it's not actually Kiki's Kitchen today, it is actually my sissy's kitchen. It's Cyndie's kitchen. As I told you a couple days ago, I was going to be in Charleston this week, but we still have to eat, so we're still cooking. So tonight we're going to do some zucchini in the oven, which is absolutely delicious. It's crispy, it's low carb, and so it's really, really good. And we're also going to do some salmon in the oven. I'm going to give you 2 recipes in this one video because I can't stop the camera. You know my deal. I can't stop the camera. If I do that, you'll never see the end product. So we're going to do 2 at once. So get your pads and pencil. Well, you don't even have to do that because I will provide the written recipe to both of these, of course, in the comment section below, like I always do. So what we're going to do first, let me get my breading station out of the way, is these are nice big old zucchinis. Now, you don't have to peel them. The only reason that we peeled them is because they were getting close to the useful edge of their life. So that's why we peeled them, because we didn't want the peeling because it was a little sketchy. So my sister has good knives too. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these very thickly. So lengthwise. So that's 1. And I would introduce you to my sister, but she's over there hiding. She won't come over here. So, you know, I may have to coax her eventually, but she hides a lot. Okay, so see how nice and thick these are? See? So from this 1 zucchini, I cut 4, just to kind of give you an idea. I'm going to do it again with this one. Nice thick slice. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we have a little breading station here, and we're going to put it, it's going to cook in the oven at the same time the salmon cooks, right? So here is your cookie sheet lined with foil. You do you don't want to do foil, don't do foil, but it's easy cleanup. And we want to spray it because honestly everything sticks to everything if you don't. So here's a good spray on it. And that's ready to go. Wish you could see out this window. It's really gorgeous. It's beautiful. Okay, so here is an egg, 1 egg. And you know what? I use these foil pans. Hang on. Probably should have done this before I had you in earshot. But I use these foil pans when I do this because if I don't have a bowl that's quite big enough. It's always just to the edge, and then I end up with a mess all over my counter. So that's why I use foil pans, and then I can rinse these out. I certainly don't throw them out. So I'm going to take my zucchini. I'm going to dip it in my egg, flip it and dip it, and then I have panko here. I'm going to press it in so I can get as much coated. I'm going to bring it up on the side, so that it's nice and coated all the way around. And onto my cookie sheet. Please don't fall into the sink. Okay. Egg. Press it into the panko. And again, I'm bringing it up on the side so even the sides get it. And really pressing it in there. I'm gonna, here we go. Getting it nice and pressed on here so it's nice and got a good crisp on it. So I am going to continue to do this, and I'll be back when I've got all 8 of them done. Hold on a second. Okay, so here it is, and this is just with the panko on it, as you can see. And so what actually I did once I got them all on here, I had some extra panko, so I just kind of put that down over the top too. So the next thing I'm going to do, and if you'll notice, she's got the same one I do. She got the same time I did too. Paula Deen, Savannah. So we're going to liberally salt, and of course you know my deal. We've got kosher salt. Don't use iodized salt ever. I think it's bitter, and I don't like it. So I use kosher salt, and I'm liberally salty because it's zucchini. Zucchini to me has no flavor. Zucchini gives it the flavor that you give. Zucchini takes the flavor that you give it. Kind of as a flavorless vegetable, it needs some help. So it's got some salt. I'm gonna give it some black pepper. The crowning glory of this is truffle oil. Now you can get truffle oil at Walmart, so it's not like you have to go crazy looking for it. And you can get white truffle oil or black truffle oil. But yeah, what we're using here is black truffle oil. And I would tell you that the difference is probably slight to you and I. To a connoisseur it may be, but I think black truffle oil might be just a little bit heavier, but couldn't tell you. So now, we're going to put, this is grated Parmesan cheese, and works absolutely perfectly for this. If you don't like this kind, then get the other kind and grate it yourself. This works absolutely great for this purpose. So I'm going to put this across the top, and I'm kind of doing a nice liberal shake on it. This is such a great summer side dish, y'all, especially with all of the zucchini that everyone, lots of people put zucchini in their garden, and when it comes in, whew, they're like, okay, now what can we do with it? We can spiralize it, we can, fried zucchini is awesome. And then finally, we're going to, see, this is what it looks like. Well, this is called truffle. I'm not sure, where did you get this? Harris Teeter. So Harris Teeter if you're in South Carolina. But honestly, I got some at Walmart, and it's just truffle oil. So you're going to sprinkle it on here over the top. I've got my finger on it because it doesn't really have a good pour nozzle. But oh my gosh, it's so good. Yesterday we did some asparagus in roasted asparagus with Parmesan cheese, and actually I used Swiss because that's what I had. And you know me, use what you got, right? All right. So, can you see? You know what I always tell you, if I can see you, you can see me. Okay, oh my gosh, that smells so good. And there it is. So I'm going to stop the camera right now. I'm going to get the salmon prepared, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back, and look at this gorgeous piece of salmon. Seriously, that is a big piece of meat. Big fish, and it is so delicious. And see, it's got a skin side, and that's the side we're going to put down on the cookie sheet. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the cookie sheet. So, here it is. And we're going to spray it. Of course, you know me. I got to spray everything. Now, my sister doesn't have an Aldi near her. Otherwise, she would be an Aldi girl. She is when she's at my house. So, this is a really good, this is actually a Crisco Grill Master, and it's really good because it's great for hot, really hot surfaces, like the grill, for instance. Okay, so we're going to put this fish on this cookie sheet. And P.S. to that, she has washed this, rinsed it, and I'm going to pat it dry even a little bit more. But she has washed this fish off a little, rinse the package off. Wash my hands just a tad bit. This is going to go into the oven at 420, and I'm going to actually put the zucchini in with it at the same time. This is going to take, because it's a big fish, it's probably going to take about 25 minutes to complete. So, and you saw So now our zucchini is done over there, right? And it's on a foil wrapped pan. This is on a foil wrapped pan. You put this on a paper plate, you have no dishes. So anyway, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna move you back down here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So we're gonna make a sauce to go on the top of this. And here we go. We're gonna take, it says 3 cloves of garlic pressed. So you kind of have to use a little judgment because you don't want it to be overpowering. But yeah, this is a really big piece of fish. But fresh garlic goes a long, long way. And if you don't have it, use a teaspoon of granulated garlic. That will work too. Fresh garlic is absolutely the best. You know I'm always telling you that. So here it is in the casing. I'm going to take the side of my knife, put it down on top of it, and pop it. Pop this one. So these are pretty good size pieces of garlic. So I don't know that, but you know what? You don't. The proof is in the pudding. When I put it in the I'm gonna pop this again. When I put it in the press, if I don't get any juice, then I'll use another one. Now, I always tell you that when we're doing something fresh, to take the root ends off, that woody end, but we're pressing it. We're going to put it in a garlic press, so it doesn't matter. So in it goes. I'm going to do one at a time because I feel like I get more juice that way. So here's my little bowl, and I'm going to just press it through. And I'm telling you, a little bit of fresh garlic truly does go a long way. And you don't want to overpower everything else. So there's one. These are pretty juicy. And there's 2. Quite honestly, I think that will be more than enough. All right. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to need is 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Now, because this is such a big piece of meat, I'm going to kind of sort of put more than that in there. So here is, and my sister uses these, and it's so handy to have these because they really do keep and last a really long time. So if you see these, and they're in every grocery store in the produce section, keep in mind that they really do work well. So there's 1, and there's 2. And I had just told her I gotta have these things open. My hands don't work by this time of day. Here's 2. And I'm gonna go 3. Would you double this, or would you just go 1 1/2? Double it. All right. So that's going to be 4. So it's also calling for 2 tablespoons of light oil. And what she uses, which is awesome for this recipe, is avocado oil because it has such a high smoke point, and we're putting this in a 420-degree oven. So it really works out well, and it's asking for 2 tablespoons, so we're going to use 4. All of this, what we're doing here is we're building kind of a rub, actually, more than a sauce, and it's going to go on top of this, and it's going to be scrumptious. Okay, so that was 4 tablespoons because I've got a big piece, guys. So I will tell you, I will give this to you with a single recipe. So that would really be for about half this size. I probably should have looked to see. Chuck, do you happen to know how many pounds this was? No? Well, I'm going to tell you that looks every bit of 4. 3? Yeah, so, and you would probably have half of that. So. The next thing we're going to do is it calls for lemon juice. I don't have any lemons. We have limes. So we're going to use limes. It's something my sister taught me. Cut the ends off and then cut it down the middle. And here's my my lime squeezer, and this way it goes through and you get more juice out of the lime. So it's calling for 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. So we're going to use lime juice. So there's 1, and we're doubling, right? So 1-ish. So I'm going to need 2 limes. 2. 3. And 4. Here we go. And then it's calling for 1/2 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. So we're going to use a tablespoon. I'm getting dangerously close to the top of my little bowl here. Here we go. So what else do I need? I need a 1/2 teaspoon. So look, another bowl magically just appeared. It says a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm gonna do a scant teaspoon, and I can always add salt. I can't take it out. And pepper, because I've got the lime juice in there versus, and I just don't want it to be 2. So, and that is it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stir this up. This would make a good salad dressing too. Can you see that? Whisk. And then I'm going to pour this right down over the top of the salmon. I look at my sister because this is her recipe, not mine. And she's camera shy. So I have to confer with the authority here. So now I'm just going to pour it down over here. Oh boy, does this look good. And it is good. I've had this before. It's delicious, I gotta tell you. Okay. Cyndie, will you at least come and look at this and tell me if I got it right? She's creeping behind the camera. She is not going to let you see her, girls. But what is that? Does it look? Oh, yeah. I've got the mind going. So now capers. Capers lend it such a nice little lemony flavor. See, capers, in case you've never bought them before. Are they in the produce section? Where do you get capers? Or are they with pickles? I think they're with pickles. Pickles. Thank you. And then you just want to liberally, oh, these are so good. Put them all over this piece of fish.
You can also put sliced lemons on it, but I don't have any.
Well, we're going to put limes on there. And so what you would do is you would top this with sliced lemons, and but we don't have any, but we do have limes, and it does need something acidic, so we're going to use lime. You know, you got to improvise when you're cooking. You got to just improvise. So here is a lime, and we're just going to we are going to put, this is, now come on, tell me that this is, I'll hold this up to you soon, but honestly, this is so pretty. Enough? Yeah? Okay, let me hold this up so you can see it. And that took moments, truly. Did it not just take minutes to do both of those things? Look at that. Look at that. It is so delicious. So it's going to go in at 420, at the 420 preheated oven, and it's going to be about 25 minutes. So when everything comes out, we will give you an after shot so you can see it. Try this. It's delicious. You'll love it. So, but hang on. We'll be back as soon as it comes out of the oven. I have to show you her flowers because they're so pretty. Look at that window. Isn't that a pretty thing to see? It really is. She's got such a pretty front yard. And she just ran for it. Okay, we'll be back in 20 minutes. Okay, they're out of the oven, and look at this deliciousness. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look how nice and brown and crispy those look. And look at this fish. Oh my goodness gracious. So that was at 420 for 25 minutes. And it's nice, and let me go back here and see how it flakes. Look how nice and flaky that is. Oops, I guess maybe I should put this down here. Can you see how flaky that is? It's going to be really good. So, wish you were here. But anyway, enjoy. I'll put the recipe in the little comment section below. Enjoy.